What's going on, people? Not Just Music Podcast in the building again. I have some personnel to point out today. And in light of Black History Month and in light of the Black community, we've strived in many ways to get things as the quote unquote white folks used to get, and growing from not having to what we have now has considerably changed in a lot of ways. One of the biggest things is the media world, or quote, let's just say movie world. The movie world has changed in so many ways. Like going from, 1800s, the 1800s, there were movies that were out or being put out at the time that were actually degrading the black world, black people as a whole. So we weren't always looked at in the golden light, but for the sake of this was a situation that was, in a sense, it was really bold. Some of the stuff and some of the movies that were being put out at the time about black people. Now, in this age, we are pretty much free to create movies how we want to. And as a person that has dealt with a movie and touched a movie before, and understanding what goes into a movie and what it takes to create a movie and put out a movie, all of this stuff comes to mind, and the aspects of what it might have been then to now. So I'm gonna ask you. So if you put out a movie and
Uh-huh.
you've experienced the what it's like to have a movie, but
Yeah.
let me ask a question. So how did it feel to be able to express it exactly how you wanted to?
Oh man. Expressing it through movie, man, I feel like it brought my vision to life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do music videos. I'm a music artist also, so we do music videos, but a thing about a movie is you get to tell your story like, long version. It's not short version, you know what I'm saying? It's a completed piece of work.
Mhm.
So when I did my movie, it felt good to, for one, be able to do my movie because and tell my story, because that's always been a goal of mine, a dream of mine. And and then in a world we live in today where people are so opinionated and judging other folks' life and judging other people, it feels good to be alive and tell your own story. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I looked at that as a blessing because I got to tell my story while I was alive. A lot of people tell their story, other people telling their story, and they dead and
True.
gone.
True.
Rest their souls. But it was a blessing, and I felt like that's why I was eager to do it, because I didn't want nobody telling my story other than Quincy Murdoch. So that was the beauty of creating my own film. Like you said, I got to create my own narrative. I got
Hmm.
to tell my own story, my own truth.
Hmm. Now, you've experienced that joy of it, and you the to say that, yeah, this mine's, yeah, I did this and
Hmm.
wrote it. You put it all together. Now, seeing all of the, you know looking at the final product now,
Right.
like when it's done,
Right.
and you watch it again. Tell me the feeling, because I know you sometimes pull it up, and you will sometimes, you will send me a picture of it, or you will post it
Yeah.
online, or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
what's the feeling to
Uh-huh.
say that, because I'm being honest. Everybody don't got a movie. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
They
does not have a movie, dog. Like, and it's
they
not
don't.
like,
They
even
don't.
if it's even on it, I'm not even saying like this is wrong, or say to
It's
say,
we saying it
but
humbly. You feel
yeah,
me? We humble, you
even
know.
even the low budgets and even the high budgets, it doesn't matter. You have it. So
Right, right.
what's the feeling to be able to say you can look at it years later, like years, like not even just now. Just say you chose
Yeah.
to pull it up in the next 8 to 10 years. What's the
Let me
feeling?
let me Okay, anybody that's ever had a child, they first child,
Uh
that's what it feel like every time I watch it.
huh.
And that's the best way to explain it. You know, that first child, that first baby is special. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
So it's like also it's excitement because I get to leave a legacy. You know, like and like the black history that we covered, for example, they left milestones and legacies in some fashion or form. So I'm honored to be able to leave a part of my legacy once I'm gone. This would be cemented into my legacy, my
Hmm.
name, my family name,
Hmm.
everybody that was associated with me that was a part of this. So it's a blessing. Even when I'm dead and gone, this is still gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it's like, you know what I'm saying? And then if people want to know people want to know Quincy Murdoch, pull up the movie.
Hmm.
And I'm honored. I'm honored. And I'm honored for you to be able to shoot it. I think it's in the best hands. I wouldn't have no other person be in control of the filming, the production, Dewan Barino, you. So I mean, I'm honored with that. It's complete, man. Like the whole project was complete. I feel like the right people were in it, and it came out how I wanted it. So I get butterflies every time I watch it, even to this day.
And this is something I've been kind of strategically trying to pick things that can sometimes fit a conversation, because this is one that a lot of people don't get to experience. Music,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, music is something a lot of people can put out, but to actually come to a completion of an actual movie production is totally
Oh my
different.
God, bro. Oh my God.
And this is why I'm bringing it up. What's going on? It's your boy Dewan Barino from Not Just Music Podcast. I have a very special offer for you guys via morelabs.com. If you're that type of person who loves to drink coffee, but you don't want to always drink coffee, or if you're the type of person that doesn't drink coffee at all, but needs a very much needed push boost in the morning, we have something for you. Morning recovery supplement. It is very, very useful. It is very, very highly effective. Also, if you're the type of person that, you got drunk the night before and you wake up in the morning, you had a hangover, guess what? It works for you too. All right. So at the end of the day, if you head over there to morelabs.com, we have something set up for you already at checkout. All you have to do is enter the code NJMP and you will receive 25% off instantly. How about that? Can you beat that? Head over to morelabs.com. All right. Peace.
Shit,
And
bro. You know how hard it was, bro. They don't know. Listen, they don't know the backstory, bro. Like what you have to go through to complete it makes you appreciate it even more. You talking about the finishing product,
mhm,
but also what that reminds me of. I want to add this in. When I watch it, it takes me back to the work, the creativity of it, the
yeah.
creation. You know what I'm saying? The
Mhm,
relationships, being around these characters, being around you, we strategizing. It takes me back to the creation.
mhm.
So that's another key thing that I want to throw in. That's where it take me to every time I watch it.
And this is
The
something
history. The
this
history.
this is something most, as I said, don't. It's an experience that it comes and it goes so fast, honestly. But the parts that make it memorable are the parts where it's being put together, as you
Yeah.
said, and you meeting
Yeah.
people, and I'm going through, even when I was going through reels and just what to keep, what not to keep, things that would
Yeah.
make sense, things that didn't make sense, or piecing, adding things in, all of that stuff. It came as as you said, a strategic idea.
Right.
And the reason I'm bringing this up today, I'm gonna read it how I wrote it. Today we're talking about Oscar Micheaux, the true start of black movie making. He was the first big African American director to make a lone movie. Micheaux, born 1884, didn't like the bad ways black people were shown in movies made by white people. He was a writer who became a director so he could tell honest stories about how complex black life really was. His most important movie, which is the one that basically everybody knows about, is The Homesteader, which was put out in 1919. It's seen as the first long movie written and directed by a black person. This started the race film business, basically what they call race film business, making movies just for black audiences in segregated theaters, of which a lot of people didn't even know that was the case. McColl's work was bold. He fought stereotypes, talked about tough subjects like lynching, and was a great businessman, making over 40 films like Body and Soul and Within Our Gates. His importance is huge. He created a whole industry, gave black actors chances, and proved how powerful it is to tell our own story, even when things are difficult. So, shout out Oscar Micheaux. The reason why I brought this name up was because it's not, he's not given enough flowers in this day and
Right.
time, this day and age.
Right.
And that's the openness of what you feel about the Quincy Murdoch movie,
Mm-hmm.
how it all went and how it started and to how it ended and all the way to like now.
Yeah.
The how it was able to be executed. If it wasn't for this dude right here, we wouldn't have probably been able to have that type of execution.
Mm.
And
Shout out to him.
yeah, it's strange, but at the same time, it's very real that the black film directors get their props. I think a lot of them don't get enough props due to, as considerably, the movie world is almost considerably ran predominantly white.
Yeah.
But as time has been going on, you got people like Tyler
High
Perry.
budget films too, though. That's where they get
Yeah,
us at the high
yeah,
budget. But now, you know what I'm saying? People shooting movies on their phones and
yeah,
technology. So
yeah, yeah.
that's another reason why blacks have prospered in filmmaking. I think now that I want to throw that in there
Yeah, that's
because it was major companies. Yeah, it
yeah,
was major companies back
affordability.
in the day.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
affordability has made the gates open up. I mean,
absolutely.
independent world. I'm sure Oscar probably didn't think it'd get this far, but it did. And
Thank
we
you,
get,
Oscar.
for real, like bro, like you literally, like you said, you could take out a phone, you could take out a camera in some magnitude, and you can shoot content to put out to the world, whether it's short film or whether it's a long film. The thing is, we have that ability. So for closing, I'm gonna ask this question
Mm,
for somebody, and I've asked this question before. I want to know what you feel now.
mm,
For somebody that's never, and this is for some young black boy, some young black girl, never shot a movie before, never shot a short film before.
yeah.
Is it possible? Is it doable? Tell me what you think. Tell them what you think.
Okay, listen. I'm a kid from Statesville, North Carolina, Belmont. Didn't have my father, single mother, working multiple jobs. Grandparents raised me. Fell in love with music at a young age. Started out playing the drums, but beating on pots as a kid, and then watching Tupac and wanting to rap. Um, then seeing Tupac, which motivated me to want to be an actor. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So I say all that to say this: yes, it's doable. If I can do it, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? I tell you my story because I'm just like you. But the hunger, the determination, uh, the will to want to do it. You gotta have that will that you're gonna do it, and nothing's gonna stop you. If it's a dream of yours, a goal of yours, whatever that is, making a movie, a certain job title, whatever it is you want to do, you can do it. Put your mind to it. Put that grind in, put that work in, invest in yourself, put that money behind it. Don't wait on people to put money into you, put money into yourself because no dollar is bad going into you and your brand. And that's what I did. I sacrificed my time, my effort. Also connect with good people, great people. I connected with Dewan. Me and Dewan started on the music tip, turned into videographer slash shot my movie slash we doing this right here, not just music podcast. So find that one person. Don't even have to be a crew. Find that one person that sees your dream, sees your goal, and is willing to go head first in it with you, just like it's theirs. You know what I'm saying? And keep God in everything you do. Stay prayed up, and it is possible. I'm telling you, I'm a walking testimony. Just look at me.
All right, everybody. We appreciate you hanging out for the short duration. I'm trying to get easy and better at this time thing. Because 30 minutes can come and go so fast with this thing. And I'm
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
at 20 minutes.
Talking, man, it's
I
over.
ain't gonna drown y'all because we got plenty of other things to listen to around this thing. So
Yeah,
always remember to get help. If you need help, get help, y'all. Get help, get help, get help, get help.
I just said that.
If you
Get
want to
help.
if you want to hear it again, get help, get help. This is not a thing where you should be taking on these tasks alone. If you have to go to school. If you need to learn it online, find online classes online, courses online, whatever it is the case, whatever it is that you want to do, just reach out to somebody that's doing it. Get around somebody that's doing it. Like he just said, lock in with people that's actively in something that you're doing, and that could help. And even if they're not willing to help, find somebody else that's willing to help. Just keep going until
Facts.
you can get to that point where it's the goal is reached, and even if it takes a couple dollars, let it take a couple dollars, y'all. For real, if sometimes that money spent, it would be the best spent money just because the case of is for your knowledge, for your
I'm
knowing.
telling
You
you.
don't.
I'm
It ain't a
telling
case of
you.
saying you gonna get somewhere free all the time, but for the sake of those places where it's worthy of you to spend that dollar, please spend that dollar. And
You gonna
gotta
spend
give
that
it back.
money. You gonna spend that money somewhere. You might as well spend that money on you. You gonna
gotta
spend that money one way or the other,
and gotta give it back. So I
and
mean,
you
if he
can't take it
sees
with you.
he sees your heart, he sees your heart and your hard work towards it. It'll definitely come back as something good. So, as I said, continue to always ask for help, and if you can be the person to help somebody, help somebody. It goes a long way.
Exactly.
Each one teach one. It takes a village to raise
Yes, sir.
everybody. So don't
Yes,
just look at
sir.
it as just if you have the knowledge, at least, and if it's the case of you have to sell it to somebody, be generous and be humble. Don't always just expect to stand behind the paywall, for everything. Some things you can give
Right.
away. Some things that's behind the paywall. Just remember, be generous. Be humble. And remember, it's not just a easy walk to get through a gate. As I'm saying to you, if you know things, don't as Q says a lot, don't be a gatekeeper. Don't gatekeep so tight to where the gates never open, and you'll be the only person standing behind that gate, and nobody else and your ideas will just die right behind that gate. So nobody else will ever get to know what you did, or at least try to give that advice to somebody. So your legacy can live on. Legacies don't live on behind paywalls. So
Right.
again, get help. Lastly, autism community, I love y'all. Always continue to, you
Love.
know, just continue to get around these people. This is another thing that help too. Get around people that's doing things in that field of autism, or that know things about disabilities, or whatever it is the case of it is that yours is. Get around those people. And I'm guaranteeing you somebody around there knows who to talk to, where to go, and can put you in on a path to helping your loved one that's dealing with this. So at the end of the day, again, if you need help from here, just reach out. Reach out, email, whatever it is, the case of a message. If you put it under this video, whatever, let's link. If it's the case you need help, let's get help for you. All right. Lastly, Q, anything before we close, personal, QuincyMurdoch.com, anything.
Yes. Hey, we talked about it. Hey, Quincy Murdoch, the movie, available on QuincyMurdoch.com. Please support it. I need to start pushing it more, man. Pushing it more and more and more. It's a great film. I encourage you. Just download. You have the option to download it and buy. If you don't want to spend the whole 20, you can just pay $4 to download it, rent it. You know what I'm saying? And if you like it, you can buy it. So I appreciate all the support, and everybody that's purchased it. And Quincy Murdoch music, all on platforms, QuincyMurdoch.com. Thank y'all, man. Love, love, love.
All right. Till next time, people. I'll be rolling NJMP beats, new instrumental at the end of
Yes, sir.
this. Y'all
Yes,
take
sir.
it easy. Till next time. Peace.
Peace.